Hey there guys, what's going on and welcome to a controversial video today. I'm going to be going through my Premier League predictions for the upcoming 2020 to 21 season, and these videos usually get a lot of hate because everybody shares a different opinion, and rather than getting in the comment section and starting a discussion, they just go crazy with likes and dislikes. So like the video, dislike the video as you please, that is fine, but if you are new to the channel and you like the content, hit that subscribe button. So let's get into it. 20 teams in the Premier League, and 3 of them have to go down, but one of them has to finish rock bottom. And unfortunately for Fulham fans, it's Fulham. And one of the reasons why I put them there is they haven't really been promoted in a convincing fashion. You look at Mitrovic and that temperament, that's not really what you want leading the line. You quite literally don't know if he's going to be playing from one game to the other. He could get red carded, and seeing first-hand experience playing for us, Newcastle, I support Newcastle by the way, Mitrovic, he'll get you a handful of goals, but he's just lacking that Premier League quality, and with the lack of signings, I don't think Fulham, you're going to do that well. And then you've got West Brom, and it's like a similar situation with them. Not enough signings, not enough quality, and the teams around them are going to be really dominant this year. It's going to be one of the best Premier League seasons that we're going to see for a very long time. Not just at the bottom half of the table, which is super competitive, but the top and the middle. Everywhere. But joining them in the relegation zone, it's going to be Crystal Palace. And Crystal Palace, towards the end of last season, were absolutely horrendous. They've gone and signed that Izzy, but he's not Premier League proven. You've got your hands on Zaha still, but this is his last season. I honestly think he's going to go. He was rumoured that he was going to be joining Chelsea, he was going to join Arsenal, all of the top clubs. And I do rate him. I really do rate Zaha, and I think that he deserves better. And I apologise if that has offended any Crystal Palace fans, but I just can't see you really offering that much for the new season and building up momentum. You're just on a downhill or downward spiral, and it's not going to stop. But in a 17th position, we do have Aston Villa, and not because they're going to be playing that well that they've survived, it's just the teams underneath them are going to do that poor. And with you keeping hold of Grealish, fair enough. I think he's going to be a good player for you, and he's going to continue to grow. But have you really strengthened any other position? I can't really see it. I just see, honestly, a lack of quality in the Aston Villa side. And you were very, very lucky to stay up last season. And in 16th position, Leeds United. Great manager. And I actually think that they're going to surprise the Premier League. Not in really a Sheffield United style, where what did they do? First season up, they finished, what, 8th, 9th? That was actually a shock, but they played very, very well, and they're still playing well under Wilder. But with Leeds United, they do play pretty decent football from what I've seen. They've got an okay squad, but they're not really going to do that well. They're staying in the Premier League, but it's going to be very, very important to see what happens with their second season. First season, I think they're going to be fine. Second season, are they going to be able to make the extra signings to maintain that Premier League status? I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to predict that, but I'm going to predict they're going to stay in the Premier League. And then in 15th position, we've got Newcastle. And looking at our signings, like it's already been confirmed, we've got Callum Wilson, we've got Lewis, we've got, what's his first name? I've completely forgotten. Oh no, that is terrible. What's his name? Jamal Lewis, that's the one. Jamal Lewis. We've got Callum Wilson. We've got Hendrick. We have had a really, really good transfer window. So those of you guys that are like ruling us out and saying that we're going to go down, I don't think so. We've got a solid keeper in Dubravka, who's going to be injured though for the start of the season. I think only for like 3 weeks or so, which could cost us some points. But once he's back, he's going to be a beast. Callum Wilson will score some goals. He scored definitely more goals than Joleton. We've got St. Maxima that's just going to get better. We've got a pretty strong starting 11 for mid-table bottom half. It's going to be good enough to stay in the Premier League. Steve Bruce, he's resilient, you know, at the back. We're very, very hard to beat just because of our style, and sometimes it's disgusting to play, and I apologise for other teams having to face that, but it gets the job done. We're not going to score a load of goals, but we're going to have enough to keep us up and quite comfortably. Like if I was to redo this again, maybe I'd put us a little bit higher. Don't want to get too carried away. If the takeover went through, 8th, 7th maybe, and with more signings for the following season, but the takeover hasn't happened. So 15th position for us, Newcastle, and then in 14th, West Ham. And I saw West Ham's start of the season. They were okay, and then towards the end, just miserable. But trust in Moisey. Like literally, give it Moisey. He has kept West Ham up again. What I want to see though is more from Felipe Anderson. He's terrible. He literally doesn't do anything. What were your best players last season? Was it, I think Ogbonna was quite good in the defense. And then you had Mikel Antonio's recent form, and he's still playing well. And I think that's what you're going to carry into next season, and you're going to be okay. And that's why I've put you above us. But now we've signed Callum Wilson. I think he's going to play very well. So I think West Ham and Newcastle are going to be quite close together. And in 13th position, you've got Brighton. And I actually see a little bit of Newcastle and Brighton, not with their style. They play better, well, they try and play better attacking football than us, but they are very similar in the goals, or lack of goals. They don't score enough, but their side isn't bad. They've got Mupé leading the line. Their midfield is quite good. They've also got themselves Ben White. He's returned back from loan, like he was playing for Leeds in the Championship last season, and now they've got him. So they're going to have Dunk and Ben White together. That's going to be a nice pairing. So I'd have to say that Brighton, like I say, they are similar to us. You're going to rule us out, but we're going to do well. Newcastle, Brighton are going to do very, very well next season. Well, very well. They're going to do all right. In 12th position, you've got Burnley, Sean Dice, the good old 4-4-2. It just seems to work. And I don't think that Burnley fans are going to be unhappy with the 12th position. I just don't think you've really got the squad and you've got that true talent to take yourself up the table. But you're not going to get relegated because Sean Dyche just has that knack of putting together a team that's very, very hard to beat, grinds out results, and gets the job done. So 12th position, I think that's a respectable finish. And then you've got Sheffield United in 11th. And I really don't know what happened. Like, they started off the season so well. It was literally like the rise and fall. And towards the back end, I don't know if it was because of the fans. Like, you might call me crazy, but because there weren't any fans in the stadium, that's probably what they were feeding off. The good, the bad, whatever energy, it may have been the case. I couldn't tell you. But looking at their transfers, they haven't really done much. They haven't done much at all. But then we've seen what that side is capable of doing with their current roster. So, yeah. I think Sheffield United are going to be comfortably staying in the Premier League in 11th position. Then you've got Southampton in 10th. And it's the story with all of these teams. Like, they started kind of well. With Southampton, though, I'm trying to remember. Like, when I was watching them play, I only watched a few games. But I'm aware of, like, they started okay. Then middle, like, during the season, they, like, dropped a little bit. And then towards the end, they started to build up that momentum. And what was it? It was Danny Ings. It was Danny Ings that was turning up, and it was Ward Prowse that was leading it as well. So Southampton, I would have to say that they're going to shock a lot of people with where they're going to finish. If Danny Ings is still on form and he's firing, I think the 10th isn't really out the question. So keep an eye on Southampton. But we've got Everton in 9th position. And this is the team that I'm going to give maybe that dark horse in the competition title. I think Ancelotti is going to do very, very well this season. Now, last season, they were struggling to put together a run of form, and I think that's where they're going wrong. But they've just signed Alan from Napoli, and I think he's going to be a really, really nice addition to their squad. Richarlison's an absolute beast leading the line. Super well-rounded, and he's only going to get better. And also, Ancelotti is very close to signing James Rodriguez. And we know he loves him. And he seems to get the best out of him. Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and now he's moving over to Everton. You never know. That's what I'm saying. Like, keep an eye out on Everton. I think they're going to do very, very well. And then you've got Leicester City in 8th. And Brendan Rodgers, always liked him as a manager. Thought he was underrated. Does a good job with them. But they lost their spark towards the end of last season. But they still have Vardy scoring the goals. They've lost Chilwell to Chelsea, unfortunately. They have replaced him. I think it is someone from like the Pro League. Is he Belgium? I think his name begins with C. I think I've used him before on FIFA, but I can't tell you who it is. But yeah, Leicester, I can see them just doing a good enough job to be mid-table, but their squad, compared to all the other ones, I don't think it's going to be good enough for them to push any higher, really. And then you've got Wolves that has really taken me by surprise. Not so many, what was it last season? When they were bringing all of those Portuguese players in, and it took them a while to like bed down and gel with the starting 11, and we didn't think they were going to do great, and they've pulled that around. They've gone and signed another Portuguese player, some youngster, but 7th position. I think they're just going to build off of their last season's performance. They are a team that is tough to beat, and they're going to hit you on those counterattacks. Horrible side to face, really, Wolverhampton. So, fair enough. They might even finish above Tottenham, who I've got in 6th position. Like, Tottenham are one of those teams, maybe similar in my eyes to Everton, that you don't know what to expect. You can see that they've got the quality, but it's from game to game that they just literally flip a coin and you don't know what version of that squad is going to turn up. But they have very good players. They've got Heung-min Son that I love. I think he's a beast. You've got Harry Kane that you know that he's going to get X amount of goals every single season. But they haven't really improved in any other areas. And I was watching that All or Nothing documentary, and the chairman is saying that he wants trophies. Alright, well, you brought in a decent manager, Mourinho. I think he's still got it. A lot of the pundits will say he's lost his magic. No, you don't lose your magic. He's won Champions League finals. He's good. He's got so many trophies to his name. But where I see Spurs going, can't really picture them getting a title anytime soon. Well, they're not going to be winning the Premier League, but FA Cup or something like that, maybe. But they're still like too strong competition even in there. But you've got Arsenal in 5th, and I really rate Arteta. And he still needs to make improvements to that midfield. He's got to work on that so he can implement his style. But with the run in such a short amount of time, with what he's been able to do, he's got Aubameyang on form, firing. He's got a side that is playing so much better than, what was his name? That was Unai Emery. Yeah, he was, I don't know. He started off okay, but nah, he dropped off big time. But I think Arsenal are going to finish in 5th. Can't see them going any higher than that. I think a 5th finish is going to be fine for them. Then you got Man United, and everyone was laughing at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, turning him into a meme. Gonna get sacked. Ole's at the wheel. Yeah, he's at the wheel, all right, and he's done a good job. He's got them into Europe. He's playing a pretty good football now. Like Greenwood has found some unbelievable form. You've got Martial that's had pretty much his best season. Who else have you got in there? Donny van de Beek that they've signed, and I think he's going to be sweet. It's just really getting rid of that bloody meathead Maguire. They get rid of him, and they bring an actual really good centre-back. I think that they're going to be challenging for a really good position. So 4th for Man United, I can see them getting that quite comfortably. And this is where the controversy starts. And in 3rd position, we've got Liverpool. Now, before you say anything, right, I don't think there's going to be a huge jump in points between 3rd and 2nd. For that matter, I don't think there's going to be much of a gap between 3rd and 1st. But the reason why I put Liverpool there is I was watching them with the restart, and I know they already won the Premier League, so they didn't have much to play for, but it seems like they've lost their spark a little bit. And with their squad, they haven't really done much in the transfer window. Although they've got a very good team already, they don't really need to improve it, like make any like drastic changes. But Thiago, obviously they're very keen on bringing him in, but nothing's happened just yet. And they haven't really added to their team to maintain that title winning spot. So Liverpool, in my eyes, I think they are going to finish 3rd or 2nd, somewhere around there. But in 2nd position, I've put Chelsea. And I think Chelsea are going to have one of the best seasons out of any of the clubs in the Premier League. Like last season, they were playing really good football. In my opinion, under Lampard, really nice attacking football. He's going to create a lot of chances, but defensively, a little bit dodgy. And I think that they've got Kepa to blame, and I don't know if they've replaced him yet. I know that they were looking to bring in Donnarumma, which would be fantastic. He's sick if they could get him in the Premier League. But in the attack, they've got now Ziyech that's going to be insane. He's going to get so many assists. He's one of the best passers in Europe. You've got Kai Havertz as a really good hot prospect. You've got Werner, one of the best finishers in Europe. You've got Kovacic going to be playing alongside Kante. They signed Thiago Silva for the experience. Like, their side is terrifying. And they're going to be relentless as well. They're going to keep coming at you. And even if they do leak goals, they're going to be scoring a lot more. So, second position Chelsea, they will be challenging for the title. But Man City will not be standing for that season just gone. They were losing way too many games. And their squad is full of quality. They haven't done, like, an awful lot in this transfer window. They got that Ferran Torres. I think that's what he's called. Ferran. I think I called him Fernan. I think it's Ferran. Ferran Torres, that's the one. They're looking at Koulibaly. I think if they bring in Koulibaly, because they already signed Nathan Ake, they've got Laporte. If they get Koulibaly, that is what I believe that they need to shore up that defense. Because we can see what they can do in the attack. When they're controlling the game, it's all good. Happy days for Pep Guardiola. He's going to get a crap ton of goals. And look, yeah, they don't really need any more in the attack. What they need to do is they need to keep Aguero in full fitness. And then he's going to be banging the goals in with KDB. KDB, oh my God. And there we go. We need to move over to the Golden Boot. We need to move over to the Player of the Year. So for me, the playmaker and the most assists is going to be Kevin De Bruyne. I can't see that changing anytime soon. You got Player of the Year. That's going to be Kevin De Bruyne again. Last season, I said it before in another video. I didn't believe he was going to get that much better than the last season that he had when he came back from injury. But De Bruyne has seriously just blown me away. Really, really like him. And then the Golden Boot is going to go to Werner. Just because of Chelsea's attacking style, I think Werner's going to score a load of goals and get the Golden Boot. And then the Golden Glove, clean sheets, is going to be going for Alisson. So I still feel like Liverpool are going to play very, very well, don't get me wrong. And they're going to have a great defense still. But I just think that they're going to lose a little bit of that momentum. And it's going to be either Man City or Chelsea for the title. But that is my 2020 to 21 predictions. Let me know if you disagree or agree, maybe, with anything that I've said in today's video. And I'll look to hear your thoughts very, very soon. So drop a like, and I will see you boys on the next video. Thank you very much for watching. And by the way, Newcastle should be put higher. We need them mid-table. No, maybe we will finish mid-table. I don't know. Brucey and his tactics. Go on, Cabbage Head. You got this. But thank you for watching. Team out. Peace.